Hey, welcome back to Adventures with Rhonda. And today we're going to talk about what do you do when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel like you have 1,000 things to do and so little time, and only 24 hours to get it done, and less than that if you actually want to sleep. So, how do you handle life stress? What do you do? First thing you do is you need to prioritize what it is that you have to get done, that must be completed by today. And then write down how much time do you think it's going to take. So if you have to go grocery shopping, this day is the only day you have available, how long does it take you? How long has it taken you in the past to complete a shopping trip? Is it 1 hour, 2 hours? And give yourself that block of time to get it done. So you have, I'd say, give yourself 8 hours of a working full day that you can use because you will need to have time to do other things and to decompress, and also if you work and you need to sleep. So within that time frame, pick a block of time where you can get that done. You may have a window of time in the morning that you can take advantage of that opportunity. So 10 to 12 or 8 to 10. Now, secondly, what is it that you really have to focus on? Because there are a lot of things that we have to do that doesn't require much focus, vacuuming, cleaning. But what are the things that you have to focus on? So you know your first thing is what you have to get done in the day, and then the second thing is what is it that needs your focus? What is it that needs your attention? And that's how you weed out what it is that you really don't have to do versus what you need to do. Because if it takes your attention, then you're going to actually need time to think about it without having uninterrupted or interruptions, and have uninterrupted time to get it done. Because if it's something mundane like chores and cleaning and all that, you really don't need to think about how to do that. You just get the products out and you begin that process. But if it's something that requires some time and thought, it may take you longer and you may need to plan accordingly. So that first thing is figuring out what it is you have to do. And then the second thing is what needs your focus. And so it narrows that window down of the items that you have. So you may have had 5 items on the list, but only two requires your focus. So given that typical day, you may be able to do those other things at some given interval that you have, some unexpected free time or a few minutes or so to complete a task. So you break it down into blocks. And so you have a chunk of time where you may need to use that to get the things that you need to focus on completed. And then you have some extra leeway saying, oh, I can do that within the 30 minute to an hour window because it doesn't require too much thought process, just more of action than anything. So, if you know what it is that you have to get done in the day, know what takes your focus, and the third thing is to set your timer to make sure you stay on task. Because if you don't, you're going to say, oh, I forgot to do that. Oh, something else came up, and you forget. So those are really three major key things to get your activities done and be productive and not be overwhelmed by all the things that you have to get done. So if you have your to-do list and you write it down and you see everything that's on it, think about the top things that you need to get done. I think about it in a way, look at your first thing as first, the thing that you have to get done for the day. Because I used to do a bunch of things and write out the list and then have 5 things and 3 things, and it just became where it was frustrating was when you didn't get the third thing done. So we're going to look at it as getting the top thing done on that list, because you get that one thing done, you have been productive. So if you look at that one thing that you have to get done, and does it require your focus, and everything else will fall into place, and you use that block of time that you can give yourself to get that task done. So it's important to track how you spend your days, because you know how much time it takes you to do some of your everyday chores and things that you have to get done. If you know it's going to take you an hour to clean the first floor of your home and just 30 minutes for the second floor, or vice versa, then you can plan accordingly. So you can look at your day and say, oh, I just need to make sure I have about a 2 hour window there to work with to get my work done. So that gives me time to do other things, but not be overwhelmed by certain things. And I find it easier to process it that way, because I enjoy writing lists, and if I make a list and then if I don't complete the things on the list, it seems kind of defeating and it feels overwhelming. But if you start off by writing down what you have to get done and you think about what requires your focus and you get one thing done on your list, then you have maintained your focus and you maintain that top priority. So if something else as life happens that requires your attention, you still are able to complete the task at hand, and it also lets you know what you may have time for another day. But if you have maybe 2 or 3 items that you need to get done, that's a must, top priority. Just make sure in the future that you plan accordingly, because if it's going to take you longer than a given amount of time that you have in a day, you may want to break those tasks up. So first thing to make sure is that you prioritize what you need to get done. Second thing is what makes up what takes the most of your focus. And the third thing is set a timer and to get it done. Seems simple, seems easy. It just helps you break down an overwhelming to-do list into manageable pieces that you can actually get done with. Thanks for watching.